Hi, Soul Family. Okay, we're going to do our reading. I think we're going to do it in my house. Excuse my super shiny face. I got to go get some. Got to go to the beauty supply and get some face cream that isn't so greasy. I'm sure you all needed to hear that. The reason we're starting like this right now is because I'm going to use you to help me. Oh, Lily. What? She wants her treats. Okay, hold on. I'm going to use your energy to help me choose the decks that we want to use today. That you want to use today. Because this is all about you guys. Hold on, let me just... She thinks it's all about her. And it actually is, because nothing happens until she's happy. Does she remind you of somebody in your life? Here you go. Okay. So I'm trying to figure out where we should sit. I know we usually go somewhere fun outside, but it's so hot and I can't handle the humidity. I can't. And look at my face. I'm boiling already. And I think we can probably just sit here in the window. I don't know. You know? Ooh, that guy just did a total flip on his air chair. Badass. We can see the animal messengers out there. I can see them, and maybe I can whip open... I can do that. You know, I can whip open the shutters so you guys can see something that's going on out there. So I'm trying to make a decision about the decks that we want to use, and I'm having a hard time. So I'm going to use your energy to do this. I do this sometimes with you guys, and it actually works. Okay. So I'm asking for your higher selves to focus. And interesting, I saw the sacred path, but I don't know how... I don't think I've ever done a reading with the sacred path. But that's the first thing I saw. Ooh, yum. Balsam fir. That's something we need to speak about. I need that. I need balsam fir around me. So I think it's the sacred path is what we're going to first. This is really actually... Whoa! Oops. This is my life. This is... My landlord keeps saying to me, is Mercury retrograde over? Because I keep dropping things, we keep knocking into things, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. It's just, it probably needing to get grounded. That's why I said I needed the fir, right? I need the trees to get grounded. What's so cool about this deck, God, is my mother was metaphysical, right? She was a, I don't know what you want to call her. I shouldn't label her, because I don't want to be labeled. But she believed a lot of the same things that I did. I'm going to put you guys down because we're starting here. Oh, and I didn't put do not disturb. That's not good because we're going to get disturbed. Shoot. How can I handle that in a different way? I don't think I can. If somebody tries to call us, it's going to interrupt us. Shoot. Lily, you've already eaten. Anyway, so my mom... She was a kinesiologist. She was she did brain gym therapy. She studied under Dr. Bach at the Bach Flower Institute. She was really into all of this. The Secret. Huh. This one's interesting. I think this goes to my other deck. Anyway, I was looking for this deck. I was looking for the Sacred Path. The medicine cards. This is the discovery of self through native teachings, Sacred Path. And I went into her office one day, I was talking to her and went to visit her. And I was looking through her bookshelf and she says, she wanted me to read The Secret, or she wanted me to read something else, I don't know what it was. She goes, just go dig around in the bookshelf. And so I find the Sacred Path and I go, Mom, you have this? I go, I just spent $65 getting this deck. And I said, where are the cards? And she goes, oh, I don't have the cards. And I said, why not? And she goes, oh, I don't do that. And I'm thinking, you don't do what? And she's thinking working with oracle cards is going to be, you know, I don't know, working with something else other than her own self. She was more like the scientific way of doing things, right? Not the spiritual way. So I said, what was interesting, and I waited, because she was a kinesiologist, right? So she would open up the book, and she would do sessions, healing sessions with people, and she was very, very connected. And so she would open up the book, and she would say, she's talking to her higher self, right? It's funny. And so she'd open up the book, and she'd go, or she wouldn't open the book. She'd go like this, and she'd say left or right? Left. Let's do this. We're going to do this right now. Okay. So then she would fan, right? Fan the book. I wish you guys could see me doing this. Here, I'll do it like this. She would fan the book, right? And then she would stop on a page, and she would say left or right, and right. And then she would go, this paragraph, this paragraph, this paragraph, this paragraph. Okay, which one? This one. So then, this is what I'm supposed to read to you guys. I gave away the I and begged to be consumed by the eternal we. I felt as if I was exploding and melding with the indigo night, as if all the star people lived inside as well as outside of me. I looked up to the heavens, which were covered horizon to horizon with star-filled wonder, and let my tears flow unchecked. Suddenly, in the sky nation, I saw all of the stars turn colors. Many of them I had never seen before. Each star was a different shade, tone, or hue. The star people started to sing to me, and I began to repeat the song, letting my spirit become the music. Okay, so this is a vision quest. This is going on a vision quest. And what I'm saying is, she felt that what she was doing was different than what I was doing, right? And I said, how do you figure? And I said, the oracle cards, they're just tools, right? They're like your pendulum. She would use a pendulum, right? Because she believed that with the pendulum, she was working with her energy. And I said, I'm working with my energy with the cards too. It's just another tool. Who do you think is telling you which side? Who are you talking to? Myself, my higher self. And I said, exactly. And I'm listening to my higher self. So you being guided with your fingers on the pages or which part of the book to open up, that's your higher self guiding you, which is connected to spirit, right? And so I'm using my higher self to tell me which card are we supposed to choose. My son does it. My mother did it. My son's a Jehovah's Witness. And he's like, no. Like another time he said to me, my son who doesn't speak to me because I work with demons apparently because I shouldn't be able to connect with spirit the way I do. Hold on, I gotta get a little brat outside. You wanna go outside? She walks like a freaking raccoon. I swear. Out you go. Out you go. In moments she'll no doubt scream. Okay, so my son, who's like my soulmate, right? My son is, and he's very connected. And he ignores or insists that he's not. He said to me, I said something about what was going on with somebody, and he says, you've got the power, Mom, you just forgot. And I said, what do you mean? And he says, you have the ability to shift energy. You have the ability to change people's opinion. Because I said I had done something, and I said, I don't know what I did, but man, it completely shifted, right? And he says, I do it all the time. He goes, I'll go into a room, and there'll be somebody, I'll feel that energy, you know? He goes, I will know that that person does not like me. They don't like me. And he goes, so then I know I have a mission. I have a mission. And he goes, I'm going to change that person's perspective of me before I leave this room. And he goes, and I'm going to do it without even looking at him, without even talking to him. And he goes, and then I just focus my energy, and he goes, and it happens every time. And so he's telling me this one time, right? And I'm cutting his hair. He came down to visit. This is very, very shortly before he stopped speaking to me because of my spiritual beliefs. And the only reason he did it is because I became very public, and his friends and the Jehovah's Witness organization would see that his mother was doing this. That is really only the reason why he stopped doing it, or stopped allowing me around. But anyway, so I'm cutting his hair. This is, I think, almost the last time I saw him. And he said he was talking to me. He was trying to reason with me and help me understand why what I was doing was wrong. And if I would just stop doing that, he would allow me back into his life and it would be okay. And, you know, and I said, Devin, you know, and I reminded him of what he said to me. And I said, who told you? You said to me I had forgotten that I had that power. If I'd forgotten that time period, when was it that I had that power? Where was I? And he said he didn't want to talk. And I said, and what you're doing, the energy that you're using, how are you connecting with them? How are you doing that? Isn't that demonic? No, it's not. It's energy. We're all energy. It's exactly the same thing. And he goes, I don't want to talk about this. So it's like, you know, you can even show people, you can even prove to them that they're doing the same thing as you're doing. They're just labeling it something different. Anyway, I just found that interesting. So right now we're going to start with, I guess we're going to give you guys something to choose from. And since we're doing the Native American, we'll start with my Cherokee warrior. My daughter bought me this for Christmas. My daughter and her husband several years ago. Maybe it was my birthday. And on the bottom of it, see it says Lacey, Jacob, and Trey, 2015. Don't let yesterday take up too much of today. That is a Cherokee proverb. I gotta dust him. He's a little bit dusty. And he's so stern, right? He has a hard time showing his emotions, but he smokes a peace pipe. Okay, so this is one item that you're gonna choose from. We'll just keep it close. You can choose from the sage. This is the Native American Queen of Wands white sage. You can choose from the Yin and Yang. This is the bowl that I burn it in. Or you can choose from the loose sage. Now let's, since we've got this going here, let's start this out by blessing this reading, okay? And clearing the energy. Oops. I'm going to throw that away. It falls every time I touch it. Okay, hold on. I'm going to bring my water over here because I'm going to get parched. Okay. So we will ask for a blessing and a clearing on my energy, on your energy, everything. All right. I can't believe I didn't put... I'm really hoping that we don't get interrupted. All right. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Let's keep this clear. So we're asking for... Clear my energy. Clear the energy of the cards, right? Because I use these cards in other people's readings. We will ask... This is also a blessing. So we ask for a blessing on this reading. And this is... I like this. I love this whole thing. Okay. So what do you choose? The yin and the yang, the loose sage, the Native American, the Cherokee warrior, or the sage bundle. You know what's cool? Look at the shape of this. It's like a... It's because I smudged it out. It's neat looking. It reminds me of, oh, and I was going to do this. I was going to do this, and I'm doing it, and I already saw it. When I was in, and we've got sage blowing, so don't think we have spirits flying around, although they're here right now. When I was in the giant sequoias, I was, you know, just walking through. I can do readings. I told you guys, I don't need decks. I can read, stumps, I can read pictures, I can read anything, right? I get messages through everything. So I found this amazing stump. It was huge. It was huge. I was standing in front of it. I've got pictures of it. It's really cool. And I looked at it and I saw so many totems, totem messengers. And so I looked at the bottom of this and it reminded me of that big stump, and I thought, I wonder what I can read in this. And immediately I see a few different things. So let me read this first. Sorry. I wonder if I can... I can't. Oh, well. Okay. So as I look at this, I actually see a person, like an ancestor. I'm going to show you guys. See if you can see. This is the mouth open. This is the eye. This is the hair blowing back. It's almost like it's a warrior. It's a warrior. But now... Oh, now it really is a warrior, because now it's an eagle. It's a golden eagle. Oh my God. Okay, how can I show it to you guys so you can see it like I'm seeing it? I'll do it like this. I've got to do it in the dark though, because, hold on, I'll do it. Sorry about my messy cabinet there. All my stuff in it. I want to do it so that the light is not in the way. How do I show you? Ah, sorry, I've got to figure out a way I can do this. It's best. Okay. It's a golden eagle. Okay. There's his beak right there. These are the feathers going back, right? You can see them. Ugh. This is his beak. This is his chest right down here. This was like the feathers, but these are the feathers going back. This is his beak coming down, and his eye was right in there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but when you look at a raptor, like a hawk or an eagle, I'll put you guys down there. See, now I can see him better. They have this, especially hawks, they've got this eyebrow, these feathers that kind of go up like this. So maybe I'm looking at the red hawk. But I said the golden eagle. So eagle is spirit. Eagle also represents, God, there's so many different things the eagle represents. The red hawk is the messenger. But the eagle is always about, you always think of spirit when you think of the eagle. It's about flying higher and seeing things from a higher perspective. I don't look like myself right now. It's really strange when I look at myself in that camera. I wonder why. I look different. Maybe because I'm not wearing any lipstick. Okay. So the eagle's here, basically. Oh, now I see him again. I don't know how to show it to you guys. It's really frustrating. Maybe it's just for me. Sometimes my messengers are just for me. But right in the center is his eye. Right there. Can you see it? Right there. That's his eye. This is his beak. These are his feathers going back. This would be his body right down here. All right, let's see why the golden eagle. It's the golden eagle that's speaking to us right now. And it might mean something to somebody else specifically. So I'm going to shuffle down. I'm going to start. Hold on. I'm going to run back and forth between you guys and here, because I got something to look at. I'll do it this way. I think one of the cards we're going to use is the Animal Tarot, because I just picked it up. Okay, so, you think about the golden eagle. So we're starting with the, before we start the cards, this is just our little lead into it, okay? The golden eagle, you think of freedom, you think of the United States. It's the symbol for the United States, right? So it also flies higher than any other bird. The eagle is also the one that when a great storm comes, the eagle, all the other birds hunker down for safety. They don't want to fly when there's a storm in the air, but the eagle doesn't. The eagle uses the storm's energy to lift him higher. So he's very brave. That's why the eagle is, so it's courage, it's freedom, it's bravery. That's why they use it as a symbol for the United States. It's also about truth for, it's honor, integrity. All the things that you think of. I gotta turn I'm keeping my computer over here so that we can, I did, okay. So that I can turn things off. Not turn things off, so that I can, I'm uploading things, so I have to kind of push buttons while I'm doing things. I'm trying to multitask. I've got a lot of things that I have to do, and I spend a lot of time with you guys. So I decided I'm good at multitasking. I can do that. So courage, freedom, strength. It also just shows me that I said that the Spirit's with us, right? We were calling in a blessing. I feel like I'm connecting with the ancestors. That's kind of what's going on. So I think that's why the eagle showed up. I am the red hawk, but I don't believe it was the red hawk, even though I saw the eyebrow kind of thing of the raptor. The eagle probably has that as well. So the ultimate freedom. Everybody wants freedom. Nobody wants to be anybody's prisoner. Nobody wants to be held down. We fight for freedom. It's important to us all. So it's about a spiritual quest. It's about victory. There's all kinds of really good messages we're getting. And it's about discovering your own path, because that's what you guys are doing while you're listening to these readings, right? You're listening to your highest self. I got a message this morning from my friend Sandy, and she said, I love how my higher self always chooses the correct message for me. And I said, that's why I stopped doing the Zodiac, because how can I choose your message? You're the one that has to choose, and your higher self will never lead you wrong. If you listen to your higher self, you will be guided. So I'm connecting, as my twin said to me at one time, you know, when I said, why am I hearing the word Anasazi? He said, that's the ancestors. They're communicating with you. Listen to them. So this is a message to you guys. It's your higher self, but you are connecting with the ancestry of your own heritage, with whoever it is that you're calling upon. If you're calling upon the messengers, you're connecting with them. It's energy. It's all spiritual energy. And you think of the eagle. The eagle rules the skies, right? They're the king. They're the captain, right? They own the sky. There's no one like an eagle, especially the golden eagle. There must be something about the golden eagle. Because gold is so precious, right? It's so valuable. The eagle also knows how to use the current. Use like the air, right? Like I told you, it knows how to rise above the storm and use that. Instead of thinking, oh great, now I can't fly because I've got a storm going on here, it uses the energy of this storm to propel itself higher, and then it gets above the storm. So it's kind of like with us. If we've got a storm in our life, if we got things going wrong, instead of allowing that to hold us down, hold us back, we're going to pull that. Remember I said, if you get angry, if you get frustrated, if you get whatever it is, you're going to take that energy in, and you're going to put it in to your solar plexus. You're going to suck it right down there, transmute it, and you're going to push that power out and use it for yourself in the direction that you need to go. You're going to use that energy for yourself in a positive way. So you're not going to be overcome by somebody else's aggression, somebody else's angry words, a frustrating situation. You're going to take it and you're going to use it purposefully. Now, when we're right in the middle of that, it's sometimes very difficult to remember that. It takes me until I realize, okay, I got to do a reading. And when I do a reading, that's like me seeking guidance from my highest self and calling on spirit, because I always ask for spirit's help, right? So first I'm losing my shit, right? I'm frustrated. I'm an Aries. I don't have, you know, I'll go, I do really, really well. I'll fiddle, and it just won't work. It won't work. And finally I'll just go, fuck! Excuse my language, but that's what happens. I got to calm myself down. I got to go to spirit and I say, okay, let's do this. And then they'll show me. They'll show me in my messages, what am I doing wrong? What is it that I need to look at differently? How can I balance this out? And it's kind of like, that's my doctor. I don't go to Western doctors. I go to spirit. That's where I get my medicine. This is my medicine. Why we used this deck? Because this is the medicine cards. These are the medicine cards. Now hold on a second. Hold on. It's both of them. They're called the medicine cards. See, this was my mom's book. I think I want to use this book. This is the book that I ordered that cost me a small fortune, right? The deck. This was my mom's. But these are called sacred medicine cards. So this is my medicine. So when my twin said, those are the ancestors, they're coming to teach you, listen to them, I've been getting my medicine, right? That's why if you do something, right, you make a choice, something happens, and basically karma comes back at you. And somebody goes, oh, you just got your medicine, didn't you? It's teaching you something, right? So if the eagle knows how to use that energy, it also knows how to conserve its energy. Now it's struggling to get through it, right? It gets there, but then it knows how to use the currents, right? So it's basically teaching us to use our energy wisely. So for me, I'm multitasking right now. I'm not going to go outside and kill myself in the heat. I've got what I need right here. I'm going to conserve my energy. I'm going to do what I need to do. I'm going to multitask and get a few things done at one time. And then the other message is, before he goes through there, right, before he gets to the top where he can ride the current, he's got to push his way through, right? Perseverance. Dig, let's go. He's fighting his way through, right? He's ferociously using all of his energy to bust through, to get through that. So it's like, he teaches us to be swift and focused on what it is that we're after. Like, go for it. Like, it's almost like for me, I've never been a good long distance runner. That wasn't my thing. I don't like running. I don't like it. I've got big boobs. It hurt my shins. I didn't like running. But I was a really fast sprinter, like a short distance. I won first place in the 50-yard dash when I was in 5th grade. I always think about that. It's the only first place ribbon I ever won. But I was able to do it. It's kind of like a cheetah. Cheetahs run really, really fast, but they don't run for a long time. So it's about conserving your energy, seeing where you need to go, and go for it. Bam, go for it. And then maximum results, right? For the least amount of effort. What else? What else would the eagle tell us? So it's about being on a mission. It's about timing, knowing when to do something. It's about freedom. It's about courage. It's about perseverance. It's about persistence. It's about knowing your own nobility, right? It's showing us that we are the ones in control of how we manifest things. I want to look for, now that I brought my computer over here, so I want to look for something about golden eagle. There's something about the golden eagle. But also, you think about eagle vision, right? They're supreme in this as far as visionaries. So it's us. It's about looking into the future and seeing what's coming. And because of all the raptors, they have talons, the sharp talons that are able to grasp. So it's about seeing, it's kind of like the crane. You see an opportunity, you grab it. But with an eagle, you've got the ability to grab it and you're not going to let it go, man. You know, and so basically it's saying whatever opportunity's in front of you, grab it while you can, while it's still within your grasp. You've seen how an eagle will go down, it'll swoop down over the ocean and grab a salmon right out of the water. It's pretty gnarly. And I say ocean because it must have been brackish water. I used to watch that, right? Because I don't know, do they have salmon in the sea? But I've seen that at where the ocean meets the river, where I grew up. It also is saying that if you wait too long to grasp what's the opportunity in front of you, you're not going to get it, even if you are an eagle. So you've let it slip through. So you got to be careful of that. Trying to think of why. I mean, the eagle is a great fisher, right? So be a fisher of men. That's what Jesus said. It always symbolizes, in Native American, it symbolizes the great chief, the great spirit, right? The U.S. Who is it that uses? They use the feathers in their headdress. I mean, look at my amazing warrior. They're the only ones that are allowed to have that. We're not even supposed to possess their feathers. I'm not even supposed to have my owl feathers or my any of the raptor feathers. It's actually supposed to be illegal unless you have Native American blood. But so vision, I mean, they're able to see their prey from a great distance away. So it's about focusing your vision on where it is that you want to go. So, and it's also telling you, you know what? It's telling you to have that belief in yourself, that nobility, that knowing your own nobility, not ego pride, but knowing that you have the victoriousness inside of you, that you should be proud and strong of your abilities because you do have them. It also teaches humility, right? Because they can't do everything. They have to grab when they've got it. So it's like a balance between that. So if the eagle is one of your totem messengers, they're telling you, or just the message coming forward, you need to look at things from a higher perspective right now. Because right now, maybe things are they're not clear for you. There's something you're missing or something you're not able to see. Or maybe that you're just focusing on something down here when you actually should see the bigger perspective. So call upon the eagle to help you do that because it might be frustrating for you. They're also, one thing I like about the eagle is the detail. They're all about the details, so am I. So it's about pay attention to the details. They can see details hundreds of yards away. So also, they teach you when to be firm, when to use your eagle vision and be discerning. When you know you need to move quickly on something. The osprey is a relative, right? Because that's a diving eagle, diving hawk, same family. So maybe that's what I was looking at. Maybe I was seeing the osprey. I'm not sure. I thought I saw the golden eagle though. So call the eagle when you need victory. Call the eagle to your side, right? If you're feeling like you're losing your own personal power, your sense of personal power. It's also about spreading your wings, taking flight. Maybe you need to move on. Maybe you need to move out from where you're at. Maybe you're roosting too much. You need to get out there, spread your wings. I mean, they have the heart of a champion. They don't look down on themselves. So it teaches you to have that and recognize that because it's freedom, and the reason the United States uses it is because freedom's worth fighting for. If you feel like you've lost your freedom, if you feel like someone else has control over your choices, you need to call on the spirit of the eagle. Call on your ancestors and say, you know what? I want to be free of this situation. It's not in my highest good. Whatever I need, I can do this. I can stand for myself. I can do whatever it takes. And I can come from a place of honor and respect and dignity, but I deserve freedom. Freedom of speech, freedom of the way I want to believe. I don't want to feel like somebody owns me. That's not respectful for myself, right? So I'm going to look. I keep shuffling these cards because it's been a really long time since I've had my hands in them. My energy needs to be, I need to refresh the energy. Golden eagle. I wonder if there's a golden eagle symbolism, like specifically for the golden eagle. We have golden eagles in Sedona. Other ones, like the eagles that I saw when I was in Wisconsin, they were the bald eagles. And around here you'll see bald eagles. But Sedona, we've got golden eagles. I've seen them. I got them when I was there. They came to me. So, I mean, again, the bald eagles and the golden eagles, they stand for the honesty, truth, integrity, power, nobility, courage, wisdom, freedom. But I want to know about the golden eagle, because where I was in Sedona, that's a very sacred place. I found there's a lot of sacred caves. I found a lot of Anasazi things, drawings, right? Petroglyphs. There's a lot of, there's just a lot of hidden. I found caves that the government went in and blocked up and blocked off. It's like, why are you hiding? What's in there that you're hiding from us, right? They know, they take over things too much. But the golden eagle, so maybe it's the country that has the golden eagle. I don't know, there's something about the golden eagle. Golden eagle is a symbol. Let me just look this up. Several countries, Germany, Mexico, Egypt, ancient Rome. Of all the feathers, the golden eagle feather was the most coveted. So the golden eagle is the messenger of the gods. There, I knew I heard golden eagle for a reason. And it is symbolized, its stylized version is the thunderbird. Yes! I was lightning before the thunder, so the thunder god, so that would be the father. So that's why it represents that. Okay. All right, with that, that's all we needed at that point. We're going to start at 32 minutes. Wow. 32 minutes, we're going to start with Cherokee Warrior. I chose the Cherokee Warrior for me. I chose the Cherokee Warrior, and I'm choosing the Yin and the Yang. So loose sage, bundled sage, Cherokee Warrior, Yin and Yang. I should have given you guys something a little bit more sexy than the loose sage, but the loose sage is actually really useful. You can take a little bundle of loose sage, like I sell these little bundles of sage, and I have like a Reiki charged crystal in each little bag. It comes in like a little, you know, those little silk bags. I don't know if it's silk, but the little drawstring bags, and you can have it with you wherever you go. So I mean, if you don't want to take your sage wand, it's going to get crunched wherever you go. You take your little bag of sage, and you can take it out on a rock, out in wherever you're at. Camping, when I go hiking in Sedona, if I am in my sacred cave, right? I don't want to be carrying around my sage wand, but I can take that loose sage. So it's actually very, it's useful. So, and the sage wand is amazing for blessing and for clearing. It's wonderful. And both of them, the little sage bag has the Reiki charged crystal, so you get the healing properties of the crystal and all of the energies from that, and you get that in both. So it may not be as sexy as my Cherokee Warrior, but it's useful, right? It's convenient and it's smart to have. So I like simple things. So I chose the Native American because I'm in love with the Cherokee, but and I'm connected to them. I've had many past lives, and I have been. That's why I'm a shaman in this life. I was a medicine woman in my past life as actually a Native American. So, so let's. All of these messages are for me. I like him, and I love the Yin and Yang, but don't feel that the loose sage is less important. It's not. So here we go again. 34, 34. Okay, you guys, 34 and 34. This is taking forever. So 34 and 34. Now don't laugh at me. I have to do it in the air. 4 and 4 is 8, right? 34 and 34, so 60, 68, 6 and 8, 12, 1, 4, 5, So 14 is that, oh God, if I didn't do it right, I'm going to laugh at myself. Is the symbol of temperance, which is patience. Temperance is, there's a lot of other things that temperance means as well. But it also boils down to 5. Didn't it boil down to 5? If it didn't, I'm just supposed to give you that message. So 5 is significant changes occurring in your life, always for the better. Good idea to call upon help, spirit for help with these changes. Temperance. So temperance, if you, temperance is a card, or yeah, one of the cards in the tarot. But you know what temperance also stands for? So this is a message. Abstinence from alcoholic drinks. So I spoke about this in the reading, I don't know if it was yesterday or this morning, about how you're not going to hear spirit if you're not clean and sober. You need to be clean and sober to hear spirit. So that's why it boiled down to temperance. It's sobriety. It's self-restraint. It's abstinence. So it's kind of like, for sex, it's sacred, right? This is my sacred temple. And I abstain from sex. I'm celibate because I'm not with the one I'm meant to be with. Think about that. Think about all the reasons that came up. But moderation, self-restraint. So maybe in whatever situation you're dealing with right now, Spirit's asking for, it doesn't mean patience as in you have to wait, but maybe you need to take a moderate pace, or kind of knowing when to move forward, when not. It's like the eagle, right? Knowing when to dive in, right? Okay, here we go. Here's our message. First message. So, oh my God, this is amazing. This is amazing. I just spoke about this. I posted on my God, this is amazing. Heyokah. Heyokah is, how can I do this? I'm gonna turn it around so you guys can look at the detail of this. A Heyokah is an empath, but it's a special. The Heyokah, God, I just spoke about this. How can I do this? I'll do it down here because this is frustrating me. See, this is me losing my temper. Okay. Can you guys see the Heyokah? Okay, look at the details. I'll bring you guys closer. Can I get you closer? I think I can. I think I can. I always think that I can zoom in, and I can't once I start recording. So hopefully you can see that Heyokah. I'll bring you as close as I can. So the Heyokah is... they're very special people. You will draw a Heyokah into your life, and they're kind of difficult. They're your teacher. It's basically a sacred trickster. And what they do is they're there to challenge you. They're there to show you, well, see, they trick you, the trickster. It's kind of like a coyote. They trick you into wondering if what you're doing is correct. Am I doing the right thing here? And what they do is they make you figure it out for yourself. They test you. So they make you think, they make you stop, they make you think, they make you take a look at what's going on. They come from the Hopi tribe, the Plains tribe. It's the divine trickster. Oh God, this is so amazing. I literally just spoke about this. And they dress up in all kinds of different costumes. This one that comes forward. And they're known for basically, it's kind of like the coyote. You know, they create lessons at your at your expense, but in a way as to laugh. It's not laughing at you, it's kind of laughing with you. It's making you laugh at yourself, at the part of yourself that can kind of like, it'll bring it's what's his name? It's like the coyote. What's his name? Wile E. Coyote, right? And how he would play with the Roadrunner. Oh my God, I'm getting my own message right now. So clearly I run very quickly, right? And what happens is, but the coyote is always getting the rock. He tries to catch the Roadrunner, right? He's always setting him up for a fall. And what ends up happening? He ends up getting crunched himself over and over again, right? So it's kind of like he's learning his own lessons, but he's not ever. That guy's not learning his lessons. So here you sit The Heyokah. I just can't get over that I just spoke about this. It's amazing that this came out. So, knowing how and when to use their tactics is about the ability to laugh at yourself while being compassionate, while teaching. So, teach somebody their lesson, but not by humiliating them, right? By using their own self-sabotage to show them what they're doing, right? You're self-sabotaging. That's your lesson. So, how is this coming forward for you then? So if the trickster is there for you, basically, there's laughter coming your way. You might be doing the exact opposite of what you think you should be doing, and you're going to get busted. It's also talking about not leaking your own energy on other people with drama. So it's like, stop being so serious, relax. Or if you don't, the coyote's going to come in. They're going to trick you into tripping you up and making you realize what you're doing. That's kind of the thing, what it is. It's about lightening up and balancing yourself out. And if you're being stubborn, what's going to happen is there's going to be a contrary lesson that's going to be taught to you, and it's going to make you laugh. You're going to realize that you were trying to get somebody. In the end, they got you. That's the message. I think that's funny. I know who the Heyokah is in my life. A trickster, coyote. It's a difficult, this is a difficult deck to work with for a reading though, because there's so much about the Heyokah. I wanted to find here on my page. I post so much on my page that it's hard for me to get to something quickly, but I always feel like I'm in a rush, right? The roadrunner. I don't need to be in such a rush. So I'm going to take a couple seconds here, and I'm going to find the Heyokah posting. Come on. It's amazing. And another thing is Ganesh. Ganesh has been coming forward, so we're going to use that deck as well. Actually, while I'm looking for this, I'll grab that deck. We're going to use the Universal Love deck. And what I'm going to do is, I guess this will be the two cards for the Native American, okay? This one. Because Ganesh popped up. And he popped up in the most incredible way. I walked outside of my studio yesterday to clean Liger's cat box because it sits outside. I wish this would be up a little higher. There. Ugh. Maybe I could just make it taller. Hold on a second. This works. I feel like it works for me and then it doesn't. Oh, Lord. Help me out. Sorry, guys. I don't know why this is happening. I need a taller. What is this thing called? Tripod. Hold on, sorry. It's doing something really funky right now. It's doing the splits. Please stop and just help me out, okay? Fuck. What the hell is going on with this thing? Hold on. Let me turn you guys off accidentally. Come on. I'm so frustrated. Okay, stop. Just work with me. This is me getting frustrated. There. Okay. So I go outside of my door, and I don't know why the light's all crappy like that. Sorry. And I see Liger's cat box, and in the cat box is Ganesh. Ganesh is in the cat box. That actually is a message to me. It might be a message to you too. Ganesh is the obstacle remover, and he's in the cat box. So whoever these cats represent, Ganesh is moving them out. So I go out there, and I see, you know, Ganesh is in the cat box, and I thought, what the heck's that doing there? And I thought it was funny. I thought that it was like a message from my landlord to, like, you got to clean Liger's box. I'm super clean, you know, super, super clean. I clean the cat boxes out, like, constantly. But, oh, here it is. Here's the Heokah. So, I clean the cat box and I lift Ganesh out, right? So then later, my landlord comes. Actually, he didn't come until this morning. This morning, I get a message on my page on Facebook, and it wasn't a message. It was a post. Somebody liked my Ganesh posting from 2016, and I thought that. And then right then, my landlord comes in and he says, "Hey, did you see that car freshener?" And I said, "Yeah, you put it in the cat box." And he goes, "No, I just put it outside." And I said, "Oh, well, apparently Ganesh is cleaning out the cat box." And so we're getting double, I'm getting double messages that whatever's going on in that cat box, don't worry about it because Ganesh is removing it. So here is, I'm going to let you guys, actually I don't want to touch it. I'll just tell you. So the Heyokah, I told you it's an empath, right? It's the most powerful type of empath. So this is what what I posted and what I shared before. And what was interesting is obviously Spirit knew that this was going to come up because I shared this originally in August of 2016 and somebody made a comment and it brought it back up again. So again, it's up for review. Spirit will draw our attention to what it is that we need to pay attention to. So there's an empath. I'm an empath. Probably many of you are empaths, right? We have a gift for being able to understand the emotional energy of other people. That's a gift. Sometimes we feel like it's a curse, but it's a gift. There's certain types of empaths that have certain types of abilities. We all have different abilities. And then there are the Heyokahs, which is the sacred clown or the fool. And I find this really interesting because as the Aries, it's the Aries card, which just represents determination, fearlessness, forward movement, adventure. Those are the positive traits of an Aries, right? But in the tarot, it's called the Fool card. So the clown, the sacred clown, the fool is not a fool. The fool actually is trusted by the king. The king doesn't talk to the people that work for him. He talks to the fool. And the reason is because he knows that the people that work for him are going to kiss his ass. And they're going to tell him everything that they think he wants them to tell them. But the fool, he's just going to be honest. He's just going to be straight and honest. He's going to give them the facts, nothing but the facts. So help them God, right? And so the fool, you may think, oh, guy's just a fool. No, he's open and he's honest. And so it's actually very, that's why they're the sacred empath. So it's basically, the sacred fool is the most powerful empath that there is. And when you meet this one in person, it's actually a mirror. It's an emotional mirror for you. And what you're seeing in them is going to show you what you need to work on, and what you need to evolve, what you need to, what your challenge is. It's kind of like twin souls. When we meet one another, we push each other's buttons. Now, everybody pushes each other's buttons, but a twin soul, it's very different. Because in a soulmate relationship, you come together, you feel that great connection, lovey-dovey, but a twin soul, they come to push all of your karmic lessons. Anything that hasn't been healed, they will push that button to bring it up, and we actually make one another go into the dark night of the soul. So it's a no wonder that one is always running from the other, because a lot of times you don't want to look at that. So sometimes when the empath, the Heyokah is in front of you, they push this emotional button within you, and you don't like it. It pisses you off. It makes you angry, right? But you have to understand that it's coming from a place of love, and that's what the Heyokah is doing as well. They're trying to teach you a lesson about self-importance and self-love, but in the proper way. So how can you know a Heyokah when you meet one? Because they're trying to teach you to trust your intuition, right? These are the traits. You could be born breech, come in backwards into the world, which is, you think about that, coming backwards into the world, which is a lot of times what happens with twin souls. They don't live the perfect life, right? We come backwards into the world. We do it all wrong, right? So you got to think about this in symbolic terms as well. They develop traits slower than others, which is a lot of us. Empaths are considered, we're dyslexic. We have OCD. We have attention deficit disorder. We could be autistic, right? So we develop the traits slower, And then we have other traits, however, that we're able to develop at a much faster rate. So it's almost like being an idiot savant, right? You're not very good in social skills. You don't handle yourself well socially, but you're a brainiac. You're brilliant in math or in figuring out this, or you can run you want to be the head of the company that's behind the scenes. You want to have somebody else be the mouthpiece because you're not great with dealing with the public, okay? That person has got the gift of basically, my dad is like that. My dad is, he doesn't have good people skills. He can be very charming and he's very loving, but when it comes to work, you don't want to let him answer the phone because he'll offend everybody, you know? But he does amazing work, and everyone, they'll pay whatever he wants to get what he has because they know what he delivers is going to be amazing. So they're emotionally unpredictable. They have dyslexia often. They do things backwards. They think outside of the box. Often they appear much younger than their age. I know who my Heyokah is. I know. And they never claim to be that because they see themselves as... They see themselves in a place of humility, which is so cool about them. They're deeply, deeply sensitive to others' feelings. They're a peacemaker. They're the ones that want to get everybody together. They want to draw everybody together. They want to make... They want to make everybody... They want to help everybody make up. They want the family to come together. They want to... They're like a mediator. They're like a mediator. They are able to shift the energy of the people around them using their energy, their positive energy, and they don't have, they have no doubt that they can do that. They know that they can do, like my son, I go into a room and I can do that, right? My son's got that energy. He's probably a Heyokah. He probably is. And I'm telling you, he can be very charming and he can be very, everyone loves him. But he can also be a real pain in the ass and not get it. They are able to see, and so they're able to show others that there's another way of doing things in life. There's many different channels and many different pathways that you can go down. It doesn't have to be that particular way. They basically hold the medicine for chaos. So there's chaos around you. They're the ones who can figure it out. So being an empath myself, and like I said, many of you are as well, it's overwhelming. So on one hand, it's a gift for us, and on the other hand, it's something that's can be very painful, very overwhelming, very unsettling to our energy and to our nerves. That's why it's very important that we seek the solace of nature and the sage, and that's why we burn it. So the Heyokah basically says that we're able to see the mirror and the truth in everybody else. We don't elevate yourself. It's about teaching yourself to be humble. Okay? So that came forward. All right. That was a long message for the first card, but it's very important. You know what's really, really intriguing to me right now? Is I sat there all this time shuffling these cards, right? And the deck was split in two, and I didn't see the deck split on this side. So what does that mean? I'll get this later. I'll understand my message later. Sometimes the messages that I deliver are just for me. All right, so the next message, you're going to get it from the Universal Love deck. Let's see what it's going to be. We just got this recently, but okay. Transmutation. So you see this one. Can you even see it? Lord. Now I've got to pick this thing up and just hold it, which doesn't help me having my, see, what's the point of having this thing if I have to pick it up all the time? All right. How can I do this so the light's not on it? There we go. So you see this angel. Hopefully it's not on there. Hopefully you can see her. Can you see her without the light shining it? See, I have to be able to watch it myself. I got to be able to see that you guys can see it. Otherwise, this isn't going to help anybody out. So, can you see her? Get out of the way. I don't know why. I don't know why. This has to be such a challenge for me today. Everything, it's challenging me. It's telling me I need temperance right now. So, can I turn this down? There we go. Thank you. Good Lord. I just like to have my hands free because then I can shuffle. Okay, so you see this one coming up out of clearly passionate energy, creative energy. We all have this within us. This is our sacral and our solar plexus working together. The ability, the solar plexus says you are capable of doing anything you set your mind to. And the sacral chakra gives us the creative energy to do it. And the sexual energy to do it. Because the sexual energy is the greatest motivating force that we have. That's our drive. So you see this one coming up. And what's going on is Spirit is saying this is happening to us right now. We are undergoing a great spiritual transformation at this time. And clearly, we've got creative energy all around us. So this is how, just like the Heyokah was talking about, at this time, your energy and your thoughts and the way that you've been doing things, they're shifting. You are changing old habits and old thought patterns. You're doing this. You're processing this on a deeper level. This is the act of ascending, the art of ascending. And so the good message about this is, as you're elevating, as you're ascending, clearly only good things will happen, right? So what they're saying to you for this particular message is that soon you're going to feel a renewed sense of energy. Maybe you've been feeling lackluster. Maybe you've not been well physically, but you are soon going to feel or experience this renewed feeling of well-being. And the creative energy is going to start popping. It's going to start sparkling. So right now, Spirit wants you to do whatever you need to do to lift your energy, to get yourself in a high light, in a positive light. Golden. I keep talking about the gold. Gold. Gold is reminding you of your fine value and your fine worth. But gold is other things as well. Gold is malleable. I spoke about that in today's reading. It's malleable. It's teachable, basically. So knowing our own self-worth, that's the gold. Knowing that we are worth the metal we're made of, right? That's our gold. You're worthy, says the solar plexus. You are worthy. And if you are acting like gold, you know how I always say, oh, that you're golden, you got it. You got it. It's golden. But gold is teachable. It's malleable. And the Heyokah is telling you, you have to stay that way. You have to stay that way. You've got to, no matter how smart you think you are, no matter how successful you are, somebody else has a good idea. Somebody else can help you. You have to always remain humble. You have to always remain teachable. That's why the king listened to the trickster, to the joker. He knew that when he asked a question, he would get an honest answer. Okay? So that's remaining humble. Knowing, you know what? It's like that king that I was dealing with, the lion that we kept getting, right? The lion was listening to that little bird. Why? Because he's a smart lion. Because he knows that that little bird has information and has a way of maybe showing him something that he hasn't seen before. Because why? Because no one would dare speak to him that way. No one would dare tell him the truth of what was going on. But that little bird did. So that's you being humble. That's you being teachable and malleable, right? So what do you need to do to keep this energy flowing through you? That positive energy. You want to lift your vibration. So what lifts your vibration? Happy music, positive people, nature, animals, anything that's going to make you laugh, anything that's going to make you feel that way. Sit outside in the sun. Now today you'd fry your ass off here, but early morning, I like early morning. 10 minutes with the sun coming down on you, bathe yourself, or you could just do it in meditation. You could just literally look at this card and imagine the sun bathing you. It's almost like a moon bath. I would prefer a moon bath, but the divine masculine energy coming down on you, your creative energy, imagine it coming through. Imagine it coming through to your crown. And as we do our meditation, right, we imagine that sun, and it would be better if we could do it, even if you just sit in the window and do it. The sun coming in like this on the crown. It's like when I do Reiki, I visualize, right? So you have the sun going in and it's going to fill you up. As it fills up, it's pouring all that molten lava down. You ask the Father to, whatever it is that you want to bring in you, a sense of peace, a sense of calm, a sense of power, a sense of courage, whatever it is, anything that you're requiring, that's what you're filling yourself up with. And as it goes past all of your chakras, it highlights them and it gets them motivated, moving. Everything starts to move then, right? Your solar plexus, which is your seat of creativity, sexual energy, goes past your heart, which opens up your heart. It goes past your throat, which teaches you to speak the right words in the right way. Goes through your third eye, helps you see things that you haven't been seeing. Your crown, you're accepting all of the energy, the downloads that are coming in, right? And then it comes out the top like this, like that, whoosh. There it is. Visualize that. Do that. Look at this picture. Take a snapshot and use that as your guide to remind you how to do it. So now you've got all of your chakras are cleaned, because the sun, that energy has burned away any negativity, any fear, any doubt, any worry. It also, as it pours down the outside of you, just like molten lava, it's going to take off any negative shit, toxic energy on the outside, anybody's cords, anybody's arrows, anything anybody else has shot at you, any psychic debris, anything. It's all melted away. So you're clear. You've transformed your own negative thinking, your own negative stuff that's inside. It's transformed into something positive. Now it's outside, the same thing, and you've got your juices flowing in a positive way, right? Your love, your creativity, your healing. It's transformed. All the thoughts that the negative thoughts or the self-talk, because this is all about changing old habits and old process that you have. Okay, so now we're going to go to the yin and the yang, okay? The yin and the yang at 1 hour. This is a long reading. We're going to start with the Universal Love Deck. This is by Tony Carmine Salerno. Golden Memories. Okay. Now, do we have this so you can see this? I did it before. Let's do it again. There we go. Yay. Golden Memories. There's a lot about the sacral chakra, and there's a lot about passion. A lot about creativity. Look at the divine masculine right in the dead center. So this to me, I mean, I'm looking at, there can be a lot of things going on here. I always automatically see the forest, right? See the forest for the trees. But it can be fire. It can be, this can be flames of passion. Whatever it is that is coming up with these golden memories. Passion. This is the divine masculine. So there's a fire burning. I got this yesterday, this message, was that there's a fire burning in the hills. But that was a personal message, and it was about feeling. It was about passion ignited. And that's actually what's being told to you at this time. That someone that you love is thinking of you right now. And they're reflecting on the past memories. It's almost like you're sitting in front of a fireplace. You know, have you ever done that? You go kind of like into a daze, and then you just kind of, you're in your mind. You're staring into the fire. You could be outside. Here you are, outside in a camping fire, right? It's dark outside, and you're staring deep into that, and you're going back. So they're focusing on really precious memories. Time that you guys spent together, the things that you did, the things that you said, the feeling that they had. This is someone I'm wondering if it is, I need to get a yes or a no. Okay, I got a no. So it's 2. It can be speaking of someone that's passed into spirit, but I got that it's not just that, because that's not for everyone. For some, it's for somebody now. But for others, it is someone who has passed into spirit that you have been thinking about. And they want you to know all is well. And you are together. I love that this is confirmation, you guys. I freaking love this. How many times have I said I needed confirmation to know that we were getting messages from the other side, that we could connect energetically. So this is I love this. This is answering my prayers. I wanted confirmation, and I keep getting it. So this is confirmation to you. They want you to know. Even though they're not with you in the physical, they are with you in the spirit. And for the ones that are not in our physical presence, the ones you've been loving and thinking about, they are not in your physical presence. Maybe they're away for work. Maybe you're separated. I don't know. There's a distance between you, but you are together. You are connected energetically. Because there is no separation when there is love. That presence of the ones we love is always with us. There's always a part of us with them, and there's always a part of them with us. So even if we do leave this world, even if they have left you in this world, they have not left you. I love that. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, I asked for this, you guys. So when we ask for things from Spirit, You know, when we ask, we need to give Spirit 5 minutes to bring it to us. So I said to my mom, I need to know, you need to show me. And she has been coming and coming and coming and coming again and again and showing me, yes, yes. My question was, are the dead conscious? Are they physically, do they remember this world when they go back to Spirit? Is that possible? I need to know that. It was very, very important for me. And I have gotten in no uncertain terms, yes, they do. So you have gotten that as well. So for your second message, we're going to go to the Animal Tarot. I like this deck. I love working with the animals. And I'm going to shuffle the first side of the deck and then the second, because this deck is too freaking huge. I just heard in my head, watermelon. I want watermelon. Isn't that funny? I'm going to go get some. Watermelon. Oh my God, that's a message from my mom. My mother had a pendant, and it's the only thing of my mom's. I'm not really into physical, stuff. It's not important really so much to me, but she had a pendant, and it was made of, it was beautiful. She had it made, I don't know, I think she had it made in Sedona. It was a fortune. And it was, my mother had very expensive things. She liked expensive things. And when she left her old life as a Jehovah's Witness and she became her true hippie self and went back to basically like who I am, she started working with crystals and all of the other, things, that was gone by the wayside, all the really ritzy things. And then it was this, right? It was like me. And this pendant was made of peridot, watermelon tourmaline, amethyst. That was it. That was it. And that's the one crystal that's the other crystal that I'm needing to find, is watermelon tourmaline. So we have a message for that. Should we do it now? No, we'll give you your card first and then we'll do it. So we'll do it like a break in between, okay? Here we go. Here's the one on top. Really? No, it's not. Okay, I'm gonna do that differently. I'm sorry. Because 3 split down on the, I'm not just choosing something different. I want you guys to see it. So I want you to see it. The cards they flipped upside down, but 3 flipped upside down. So I didn't know which one it was to grab. I'll do it again. See how big the deck is? I can shuffle it, but it's awkward. It's easier if I do it like this. See, so less is more. That is a message. Less is more. So many people are so hung up on, because they don't have a lot. But less is more. Spirit wants us to simplify. I've been talking to a friend about, tiny homes and looking at different things, and I saw this amazing Victorian home that somebody bought and refurbished. It's in York, Pennsylvania. It's insane, and I'm like, oh my God, look at this. It was $350,000. That's what they're selling it for. It's incredible, but it's because of where it's at. It's so funny. 1 minute I'm looking at tiny homes, the next minute I'm looking at this giant character home. Okay, look at the message that we get, you guys. I mean, that needs to come out because it was really obvious. I just moved it up towards the camera. So for your first card, this is funny. Okay, the card that flipped, and I wasn't sure if it was the right one, had a tortoise on it, right? So yes, we were supposed to have the one with the tortoise, but you're supposed to have a different tortoise. That's interesting. You are supposed to have the tortoise, but you're supposed to have a different tortoise. That's interesting. I wonder what that means for me. So 3 of spring. So here you see the sea turtle with all the emperor angelfish all around him. That's interesting. So there's a lot of adults around him. That's what I got. So you need to stop, take time to review, and make long-term plans. Capitalizing upon your past successes, it's appropriate to put yourself on the back. Wait, pat yourself on the back. I can't read it because I'm coming from the side. Hold on. Pat yourself on the back for your accomplishments, but you may also need patience for the next phase to play out. Okay, so that's temperance. That's why temperance came up when I tried to add things up. And when I go back and I add this up with a calculator, because I literally have to do it with a calculator. I am one of those people that math doesn't work. Sorry, and I'm not going to be embarrassed. It is what it is. Can't add, subtract, multiply. Anything to do with numbers is not my forte. I've got other gems of qualities. Okay, so you think about the tortoise. Well, this is a sea turtle. So they're slow and steady, but in the water, they're not. They move through their emotional waters very well. They live a very long life. It takes them, if they have to, when they hatch, the little babies, when they hatch, it takes them a long time to get to the ocean. So it talks about persistence. It talks about the long term, right? Longevity. So it talks about, remember I said the simple things, like the basics, start with the basics. And remember the eagle was talking about seeing things from a higher perspective, like long-term vision. It talks about maybe it'll take you a while to develop that, but when you do it, it'll be amazing. I'm surprised they didn't give me the Knight of Pentacles. It's the same kind of idea. So it's about seeing where you're at, starting small, like what I said. I'm looking at tiny homes, right? I'm talking to this person, and we're looking at these tiny homes, okay? And I was talking, and I was saying, you know, like the person's like, I don't have much, and I don't have the land, and I don't have this, or I don't have that, or whatever. And I said, you know, I see you doing this. I see you doing this. You start small. Start with one thing. Like say you get the land, wherever it's going to be. And then you live in a trailer and you build your tiny home while you're living in the trailer. And you take your time because you want it perfect. We're both OCD, right? We'd have to have it perfect. So it's going to take you a while to do it, but you know what you want. So it's kind of like anything in your life that's worth it, right? Anything that you want. You're going to take your time with something that's important to you. It may take a while to get there, but you know it's going to be done really, really well. That's why I keep thinking of the Knight of Pentacles. So it's talking about long-term vision, not getting stuck on, you know, fast. This is like what I said to my friend when I was talking about it. I said, you don't want cookie cutter, you know, mass produced. You want quality, right? You want something that other people don't have. So it's about being dedicated to something and having the patience to achieve something amazing. You're looking long-term. You're looking long-term. You're building something that's going to last. It's like a relationship. You want to build it with a friendship basis, right? It needs to be built on a basis of friendship where you know one another, you're comfortable with one another, you've got each other's back. You know that they're going to be there when the chips are down. It doesn't matter if it's raining or it's pouring. You start out small. It's like the couple, you know, they start out with not much, but they know they're going to, with that teamwork, they're going to get there, right? So talks about new opportunities coming forward. Talks about taking advantage of the opportunities that come to you. They're coming, right? Long term. Realize that you stay on your path and you dedicate yourself to that path and you continue, you will be successful. You're going to stick to it. You've got like a broad term perspective of everything. It might be because this guy's moving, right? He's on, and you're looking at the sea forest right down here. It's like sea kelp, like trees, how they branch out. So maybe you need to branch out. Maybe it's time to move out. I got this earlier. I think I said that when I'm getting prickles. That's what it is. It's time to kind of maybe move in a new direction. So you did a good job where you're at, great, but maybe now it's time to go somewhere else. And when you do that, it's kind of like you got to start over again, right? But it's interesting, it's fun. So where are you going to go? You got to put some plans down. It's kind of like what I said when I was talking to my friend about the tiny homes. I said what it would be fun is to like amass a whole bunch of different plans together, right? I like this, you like that, get them all together, lay them all out in front of you. And then you take the best from each one, and then you design your own. You don't even have to be an architect. There's a lot of people that have made their own tiny homes, have built their own little things. They've done it slow. Started out with a camper, and my girlfriend and her fiance built onto the camper. You know, they started small, but you're getting all of this stuff together, and you get everything amassed in front of you, and you have a vision of what it's going to be, right? And you start moving it together. So it's about having patience with yourself. It's about having patience with the process. But it's also about having fun while you're in the midst of the process, right? Because life is all about the journey. So we got to think about keeping what we have safe too, because I'm thinking about these guys. When they they protect them now. You know, when they know when they're hatching, people stand on either side of them to protect the babies as they make their way to the ocean, because they've got the seagulls that are ready to pick them off, right? And not very many of them make it down into the water because the predators are out there to get them. So it talks about, that's why the perseverance and is something that stands out for them. They're determined to make it to the sea, and they've got people coming after them. They've got the enemy trying to take them out, right? So also, when I think about Dude and Little Crush and Little Dude, that's what it was in Finding Nemo, right? The big sea turtle and then the little one, and how they rode the current. Dude, oh God, I gotta watch that again. So basically, you know, they ride the currents of the ocean just like the eagle rides the currents of the air, right? So it indicates maybe travel over water, business travel. It's also about riding the emotional currents of your life. It's also about, I don't know, I mean, if you've got the open sea in front of you and you're traveling from one area, you move quickly into a different area. So it's like looking at all the possibilities in front of you. It's kind of like when I sold my house in Canada and I stood on the cliff in, where did I go? I went to Carlsbad, to the ocean. And I stood on the cliff and I looked out in front of me and I saw the ocean. And I said, I've got the whole world in front of me. I can go anywhere I want. I can be anyone I want to be. So basically it's like that. You've got the whole world in front of you. Okay, so at 1 hour and 16 minutes, that's a wrap. We went to the yin and the yang. Hold on, I gotta get my lip gloss because my lips are parched. Where is it? I'm literally shocked that we're not getting bumped off by calls. I don't have a lot of, I mean, I don't hang out with a lot of people, so I don't have a lot of people calling me. And actually, probably the only reason I'm not getting bumped off is because I'm not getting, I'm not on my work line. So, because this is more important. But oftentimes I get bumped off by those, what are those called? Those, they're so annoying. The callers, what are they called? Can't think. The spammers, you know what I mean? They bump you off. They call you all the time. The junk calls. I don't know what they're called. All right, we're gonna go to. Okay, so I guess we're done with the Universal Love deck. But I heard Tony Carmine Salerno again, so I guess what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to Angels, Gods, and Goddesses. Okay, and right now this isn't gonna be anybody's particular card, but this is highlighted, so justice is coming. That's why, and oh God, you guys, Ganesh, there he is. That's why he came out. Ganesh keeps coming and showing himself because he's telling you that once all of the information is looked at, once all of the, everything is put down in front of the people involved, an impartial decision is going to be made and it's going to be fair. An equitable decision for all. So they're wanting you to be compassionate. See, and remember the Heyokah is going to be the one who's going to be the mediator, right? So we've got like a Heyokah in spirit that's going to mediate and see both sides of the argument, and then fair decisions are going to be handled out. Karma's going to be balanced, basically. That's why Ganesh. And the obstacles that you may find in your way, you're going to find them moved out of your way. And notice again the little sparrow of self-worth. That little sparrow's there, and somebody else needs to come and balance out the other side. Got to get my nails done. All right, so at 1 hour and 18 minutes, we go to the... Who did I say? We did the Native American. We did the yin and the yang. So we're going to do the loose sage. Okay? Loose sage. Loose sage. I would have liked to have been outside, but we got an animal totem that was very, very important. We got Ganesh, the elephant. So I'll probably, maybe because of that, we'll see with what else comes up. We got the eagle as well. See, I didn't even have to go outside, and I got the totem. I got the totem on the bottom of the sage wand. So the eagle came forward, Ganesh came forward. We'll see if I am meant to give you the totem message from the elephant. Okay, elephant's all about family. It's all about the help ones that are, the young ones that are in trouble. Even if it's, you know, soul family, it doesn't have to be real family. So it talks about helping your soul family members and the younger ones in your family, that even if they mess up, right, they help them out. They're patient with them. So it talks about that. All right, here we go. One more. Sorry. I have to get the energy through it. One more. Okay. I want you guys to see it when it drops. Okay. This one. All right. So, let me do this. The light's not on it so much. Come on. And you know, I, as always is the case, it was almost better the way it was. Oh, there. Okay, so let me get around so I can see what we're even looking at, because I can't even see it. The Goddess of Shadows. Okay, this is awesome. I love this. This has been coming up quite a bit recently. So you see this one, she's got her chakras lit up, right? And she's got a serpent wrapping around her. It's just the tail of the serpent, and the serpent's looking up at her. You are seeing the serpent in yourself, the negative in yourself, not recognizing that the serpent is also the healer. Yesterday I spoke about the serpent eating its own tail, right? Sometimes in the quest to help ourselves, we hurt ourselves. But we can undo this. There's something about yourself that you're looking at that you are feeling that you need to hide. Your dark side. You think that there's a darkness in you that makes you unlovable, unaccepted, something that you're trying to hide from others. You may even been trying to, I don't know, you're ignoring it in yourself, not recognizing that in that what you consider darkness is actually a hidden treasure, right? There's something within you, something, because every negative quality or thought that we have, not thought, everything that we perceive as a negative trait within us, there's actually a positive side to that. There's a hidden treasure within that. So we have to ask ourselves, okay, what is it that you don't like about yourself? I like this. Okay, well then find the positive quality about that. Because you're so busy trying to cut away this negative quality or aspect of yourself that you are negating to see the positive that can come from that. The beautiful energy that can come from that. Spirit wants you to be positive even about your negative traits. So, okay. How about this? I have a really hard time standing up for myself, right? I always want to keep the peace. You're a peacemaker. That's beautiful. I am, let's do it a more negative. Like, I'll give you myself as an example, okay? I told you how Spirit will take all of what we consider negative qualities, or what other people might consider negative qualities, and use them and show us and others that they're positive. You talk too much, Sherry. You talk too fast. You're so easily distracted. You're driving along and all, you see this, you see that, you see all these things, right? These are things that I was shown and I was chided about, chastised, talked down to. My whole family is calm. I'm not. I'm the only one that has high energy like this. No one's like me. I would be driving along in the car with my parents and being forced to be in the car. Hated being with them because they fought the whole time they were in a car. My dad always wanted to go on a family drive to Palm Springs as if it wasn't hot enough where we lived. As soon as we get into the car, my dad drove like Mr. Magoo and was almost killing us the whole drive. And my mom was the back, the sidecar driver the whole time. So within 10 minutes of the first stoplight, we're in a fight. Mom and Dad aren't speaking. There's tension in the car. I'm just like, oh God. I'm trapped in the back seat. So I'm just looking out the window. And I'm cruising along, just in my head. And all of a sudden, I see a horse. Now, I was crazy about horses. And I go, oh, look! And my dad would go, for God's sake, Sherry. And my mom would, because I would say, oh! And I would exclaim, I almost had a heart attack. I almost went off the side of the road, blah, blah, blah. So I'm always being yelled at for getting excited when I see the animals, right? It was always the animals. Oh my God, look at the hawk. When my Uncle Phil picked me up from the airport, the last time I went home, actually I think it was the time before. Yeah, because this last time it was freezing. It was the time before. We were cruising along the highway and I was talking to him about the different animals that he saw, the raptors, the hawks, whatever. And I think I asked him if he had ever seen an osprey, because the osprey was very important to me. And he said, like that? And he points to the air, and there's an osprey. I freaked out. You should have heard me. I think you probably did. I videotaped it. It's in one of my videos. And all I could say was, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, because of what I was watching him do, right? I listened to myself, and I was embarrassed as I listened to it. And then we watched as this amazing raptor, he had the sun behind him, reflecting behind him, and he was literally motionless, like the hummingbird, in the air. Because he was riding the current, but he was literally like hanging there like a puppet. He wanted me to see him. It was amazing. Anyway, so all of these things, right? I talk too fast. I'm easily distracted. I exclaim when I see the animals. Well, all of those things are used in my work. I need to talk fast. Because when I do readings, people are paying by the minute. I talk fast. I notice things. I notice details really quickly. I see things all over the place. It's always the animals. I'm used for that. I'm a shaman. What else? I talk too much. I talk too much. Maybe I got something to say. Maybe you should listen. What's the other thing? I have another negative as I shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. I have another negative, something that I perceive as negative. And I heard it when I was talking. Oh, I was raised by somebody basically from a young age to find the imperfection in building. And it was an awful thing because everywhere I would go from that point on, because I did it for so many years, because I have such an eye for detail, I'll come into a building and I'll look around the room and I will immediately find the flaw. It's awful, you know? You don't want to be searching for the flaw. So that's something that I have in myself that I thought was a negative quality, but it's actually not. Because the fact that I am so detail-oriented, and I will see that, I will make sure, if I were to build a tiny home, I said to my friend, every single one of those light boxes would be straight. Because when you get an electrician to come in and put a light box in, how many houses have you been in, or lived in, or had built? And the light switch, everything is crooked, because they don't care. They just slam it into the wall. That would never happen. Would never happen with me. When I do drywall, you don't see, I've done drywall. I've taped it, I've mudded it, sanded it myself, and painted it. You won't see a line because I'm not gonna do it so that there's a bump, right? So that's a positive. Those are just things that you can come up with. So Spirit wants you to find what is it in yourself that you think is negative. I'm so soft-spoken. I love the things about people generally that they don't like. I'm drawn to that, I feel like. I like shy guys. But a shy guy doesn't have maybe the courage to come forward and ask me out. That's a bummer, right? I know he likes me, but he can't do it. But I love that quality. So find whatever it is. I mean, whatever it is about you that you don't like, there is a positive to it. And Spirit wants you to focus on that, because that quality, that negative thing that you have, there is a hidden blessing inside of that you can use to your advantage if you only learn to love it. So I think that's that message, okay? So clearly we're doing this deck again. Everybody's getting them a little bit differently because I keep shuffling this deck. All right, so your next message. I'll do it up here instead of... Okay. Okay, you guys, this is really cool. This is really cool. And you know why this is happening? I know why this is happening. I'm thinking of somebody right now. I'm talking about them. So, Goddess of Oneness, this is just confirmation of the first message we just got about someone in spirit or somebody in your life that's thinking of you. And I said, is it just in spirit? Remember, I asked the question because that is the message for the first card. It was about somebody in spirit wanting you to know that they are connecting with you. But I asked, is it just for that? And I heard no. But it might have been because Spirit knew this was coming. Because this is basically the same message. How interesting is this? Well, this is Tony Carmine Salerno. So this is the same author. This Universal Love deck and this Angels, Gods, and Goddess, this is the same deck. Now, you know what? This gives me another message. Hold on. I'm going to give you guys a different message about this before I give you the message. When I was talking to my friend about... sorry, my boobs are just a little bit too out here. I don't need to show the whole world. Hold on, I gotta let Lily in just a sec. You wanna come in? Okay, come on. It's getting hot outside. Come on. Come in. Come on, I'm doing a reading, Lily. Well, come in. You want in. Ugh. Come on, go lay down. I'm going to grab a deck while I'm up here. 2 decks. Okay. What I was saying was, we were talking about tiny homes, and this person said they wanted to build tiny homes, right? And I said about the detail, and we were talking about how we're both OCD and everything had to be perfect, right? And I said, you don't have to do it fast. Besides, you don't want a cookie cutter, mass-produced, anything that anybody can have mass-produced. You want one of a kind. You want original. And then they'll pay for that. That's where you get the money. You want the original. You don't want a copy. You want the original. And this is kind of what I'm saying right now. When people do decks, these guys, when they first did it, like this, the Universal Love deck, this is a reproduction of the Universal Love deck. My very first Universal Love deck, I'll show you. This is it. It's just a little paperback. This is when he first started, right? It's just little paper cards. I loved this deck. I still reach for this deck. It's got my energy in it. But this new one, he redid the cards and they're bigger and they're prettier, right? But it's the same cards. But what they do, just like Doreen Virtue, so many of the ones, when they first start, they begin with this great idea, right? They've got this beautiful deck and it's amazing, the energy is in it and the messages are really wonderful. But then they create another deck and it's a combination and they're like, no, it's a new deck. No, it's not. It's not. I found this because I've got, probably 85 decks now. You'll find some of the same messages in this deck as are in this deck. That's the same message. This is the same message. It's just got a different name, Goddess of Oneness. And what was it Goddess of Oneness in the other deck? Let me look. Maybe it is. But it's the same message. Transmutation. Golden Memories. Okay, so in this deck they call it Golden Memories. And in this one it's Goddess of Oneness. It's the same deck. I mean, it's the same message. So they put it in a pretty box and oh my God, I just got my message. That's so funny. It's the same person. I know, it's just confirmation. So basically they put it in a different box, but it's the same thing. Both are original. They're both the same originals. But when I do my deck, I don't want to have copies, right? I want the original. I don't want a copycat. So they put the same message in a different box. So it isn't a copycat, it's the same message. So again, confirmation that somebody that you love is thinking of you right now. It could be somebody in your family, because look at this is a tree. But more so what I'm seeing is it's because when you think of someone that you love, you're sending that energy out. This is how, okay, this is why this happened. For one, to give me my message, but also, when you are thinking of somebody that you love, you're sending out that energy. Remember my son said, I'm going to change that person's attitude, that person's feelings about me. I don't even have to be in the room. I don't even have to talk to them. He does it within the same room. It's faster because the energy's right there. But we don't have to be in the same room. When you are thinking about somebody fondly and you're talking about them, your energy is focusing on them. Your energy is going out to them, massively going out to them, and it's reaching them. So the one that I was talking about and thinking about is also thinking about me because he feels that energy going out. So this is exactly how you can affect change in a positive way. You can have a difficulty in your family. Now I'm looking at the family tree. I feel that there are brothers that are fighting right now, okay? They're mad at each other. But in all reality, they both love each other and they really don't want to fight. They don't. But they're proud. They're both proud. This energy is going out. So what I do is my intention, remember I told you my intention is I want peace in that family. I don't want the brothers to fight. They know they love each other. One let the other one down. One feels bad, but they've got this ego, they've got this pride, and sometimes it's like, you need to teach them a lesson, and if I just let it go, they're just going to keep doing this. So I want to do this. I send my energy out, and my energy is to emit the love between these two and be maybe the mediator between, like the energetic connection between the two. But we can do this without being there. You can have a problem with somebody in your family or your boss, anything. And you can, just like I did it when I was at my work. I sat there. There was somebody that I worked with that hated me. She thought I had an affair with her husband. I didn't. I had a boyfriend. I had no interest. None. I would never have been attracted to him. Not to mention I'm incredibly respectful of other people's relationships. I'm very, very loyal to the ones that I love. But her husband had cheated on her. So she had a fear of that happening again. I don't know if he had continued to be that kind of a person, but it certainly wasn't with me. Now, that person had spoken to me, right? He used to come to my gym and he would talk to me. And he did. He flirted with me. But I didn't go there. I was certainly not interested. I was at a gym where the guy that I liked was working out, right? So it was a long time later that I went to my work and I saw that guy walking out of the mall. I worked at San Diego. Where did I work? I was an Ann Taylor clothing store. I was the manager of that store. And I was going into work in the afternoon, and out comes this man. And when I would talk to him, he didn't have a wedding ring on, right? As he comes out, he's with this beautiful blonde woman, and he's got a wedding ring on. And I thought, you are such a freaking dog. And I wanted to let her know. I wasn't hitting on him. She misunderstood. And I said, hello. And I won't say his name. I almost said his name. This must be your lovely wife. And he was so uncomfortable, and she was cool, right? He said hello, and she left. And I thought, stinking loser, he won't come up and talk to me again, right? Because now I know he's married. So I quit that job, and I start working for my boss, Stu. And I'm working at, there's all these different locations, and I was starting out at a location out of town a little bit, right? And one of the girls from the other store comes over, and she's a total instigator. She likes to stir up the shit. And she said, gave me this person's name, and she said, that person hates you. And I said, why would she hate me? She doesn't even know me. And she said, she thinks you had an affair with her husband. And I'm like, what? So I ended up having to move and work in that shop. And sure enough, the woman hated my guts and wouldn't speak to me. It was very uncomfortable because it was a very small shop. I had to work with her. There was only 4 of us working there. And so this is when my mother gave me the secret. This is the secret. And I sat here, and she sat in front of me to the right. I'm telling you, she wouldn't look at me. She gave me a nasty look if she ever did see me. It was horrible. And I loved the other people I worked with. They were my friends. So every time I would go to work, I would just sit behind her, because we would be sitting while we were waiting for the other customers to come in. And I would just send to the back of her head, I love you, so-and-so. I love you, I love you, I love you. And I didn't love her. I thought she was a bitch, didn't like her, but I just kept sending that energy. And I started to feel different. Because my energy started connecting with her energy. And I started something was shifting. I've told you guys this story before, but it needs to be told again for some people who haven't heard it. And I would say it took about 3.5 weeks. And she left one night, and when she left, she looked at me, and she gave me a very terse good night. And I was like, and my girlfriend, my best friend, was sitting across the aisle, and she's like, oh my God. So then, I don't know, a couple months after that, it was Christmas time, right? And she bought me a present. I was like, oh my God. And then my birthday was in April, and I got a birthday present. Well, she ended up hugging me. We ended up being friends. She ended up divorcing him. He was a loser. He was a total player. And he was hitting on everybody, but it was never me. I never did it. So I don't know if she ever actually truly believed that I never did, but I didn't. And all I know is that my sending that energy shifted the energy in that shop. And my boss said to me, I don't know what you're doing, but keep doing it, because the energy in the shop is amazing. And we ended up that was the best, it was his biggest moneymaker, that shop. The people that worked in that shop, we were all like best friends. It was an energy, it was awesome. So if you don't think you can change the energy, you're wrong. You can. You can shift the energy. Because why? Love stops bullies from being bullies. Love can heal afraid people. Love can heal anger, fear, anything. Just ask to be instrumental. I want to be the one to shift that energy. I may not make you my best friend. She may not have been my best friend, but she ended up tolerating me, and she ended up being very pleasant, and it made it very comfortable, right? Until I moved. So, all right. Whew, that was a lot. So we're going to the Sage Wand, okay? Oh, here, I'll let you see it. It's that one. Goddess of Nature. Okay. Goddess of Nature. Sorry. Okay. Basically, it's telling you you reap what you sow, which I love because it's the same message. You send out love, you're going to get love back. And you may not get it back from where you send it, but you will get it back, is what Spirit's telling you in some way. So, what you've been dreaming about is coming to fruition. That's even better. Something that you have wanted. See, I have to kind of leave it this way. I want to do it so you guys can see the card, but I don't want the reflection on it. Help me out. Is that better? It's kind of tweaked a little bit. So you see this one. I love this. I love that color, turquoise. Oh! It's got all my favorite colors. It's got the color of lapis. It's got the color of sapphire. It's got the color of aquamarine. It's got everything. But you see this one. Blue is always the color of speaking your truth. And there's green in it, which is healing and love. And you see her standing with her arms open. Arms are open. When your arms are open, that means my heart is open. Her crown is open. So she'll keep your mind and your heart open. And when you do that and you come from a place of love, you reap what you sow. Freaking awesome. So whatever that dream that you had, something that you have been asking for is coming to you. Whatever it is, everything that you've put in, all the energy and effort that you've put in, you're going to reap the rewards from that. So it might be a project that you've been working really, really hard on. It could be just an intention between people, and it hasn't been easy. It has not been easy. You've had a hard time. And all the effort that you've put in is that's what you're going to be rewarded for. So your harvest time, it's basically telling you, you have reaped what you have sown. It's already here. So it's about you being, it's kind of like what I said the other day, right? That's how we manifest it all, is by saying thank you, as if it's already here, because it is. In all reality, it is here. Like my landlord, he still hasn't gotten the loan yet. He's getting it. I said, you're getting it. Thank you. Thank you for healing this situation. Thank you for bringing healing in the family, between the family members. Thank you for bringing the love of my life and I back together. Thank you for figuring out the misunderstandings. Thank you for the financial success that you are throwing at my door. Thank you for making it easier for the money to come to me. Thank you for making this whole thing easier. Thank you for my health coming back. Thank you for giving me back my energy that I felt like I've just lost, right? Thank you. Thank you. It's because it's already here. It's like when I had my packages delivered, but I didn't get them. I said, well, they're not in my mailbox. They were there. They were in the mailbox right there, but they were in the locked mailbox and they forgot to give me the key. But it was there, right? So Spirit is saying, it's here. You have reaped it. So whether it's in front of you or not, it's here. You've got it. Your dream is here. So just say thank you. Right now, say thank you for whatever it is that you have been desperately working on, right? Desperately asking for to come into fruition, because it's already here. It's in the ethers. You just haven't gotten final confirmation of it yet. And it's all because of your perseverance, your dedication, your stick-to-itiveness, your belief, your trust, your faith, all because of that. So pat yourself on the back. Okay, so we're torn here, you guys. We've got, this is the longest reading. It's almost 2 hours. We got two options. We got the Oracle of Shadows and Light, and we've got Magdalene Oracle. So I can hear Sandy saying, Oracle of Shadows and Light. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drop 2. And I know that everybody else has gotten 2 cards. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 1 card for you guys from the Magdalene Oracle. And then all of us are going to get 1 message from the Oracle of Shadows and Light, because I grabbed 2. So clearly something wants to be said from both. Okay? Oh, you got to watch it. Okay, so which one is it? That one or that one? It's this one. Okay. The Prophet. All right. The Prophet. I don't know why this always has to be such a difficult apart. So the prophet. I wonder what the other one is. You know what? I'm not going to look at it because I always want to know what I didn't pick. Isn't that stupid? All right, so we see here, to me, I see a tree again. I also see a volcano, like what, you know, us standing there with everything coming out over the top. But mostly I see a tree. So the prophet. So a prophecy is when something is foretold ahead of time, right? And it's obviously the passionate colors. There's love, passion, creativity. There's light. So what Spirit is telling you is, I kind of am looking at it like us. Like, say this is us doing that clearing and shielding meditation where we're going to take, you know, or maybe we're going to take our anger or our impatience or whatever, we're going to pull it down into our sacral chakra, transmute it, shoot it out the top like a volcano, okay? So this is us standing here. And what they're telling you, so as it starts to percolate down here, it's going to take a little time, and as it starts to build up, as it goes past all the other chakras. So Spirit is basically telling you everything's unfolding at the perfect time. This is about divine timing. And everything that you need to know will be revealed to you, everything, at the perfect time. So as this starts to build, everything's coming up. It's all coming up. But as it comes up the pike, basically it's kind of like you see that car coming down the freeway, right? You know it's going to get there, but it's right here right now. So it's about be patient and trust that Spirit is handling things. They're handling things right now. They're literally using their angelic force in your life at this moment. So Spirit wants us to feel, again, this energy, just like we did before. Feel that energy inside of you. Feel this divine spark. It sparks in your crown. All of your chakras are highlighted. You need to feel this energy moving inside of you. Ask Spirit right here, because this is your crown. Ask Spirit to clear this. If your head's kind of like, I don't know, whatever's going on with your head. Maybe it's too busy. Maybe you're overanalyzing. Maybe you don't want to think. Maybe you're trying not to think. Or maybe it's filled with a bunch of, I don't know, whatever. Clear it. So Spirit, clear my head. Clear my mind so that I can hear the guidance that I need to take. Because Spirit's going to speak to you through your gut, through your feelings, through your chills, whatever it is. And as the light comes in here, it's going to activate your heartstrings. It's going to play your heartstrings. I like that. Play your heartstrings. And the love and the light that comes in, this is not only creative and passionate, but it's healing, loving energy. And because there's so much about your sacral chakra and the seed of creativity with all of these colors, you're going to get an idea. You're going to get like this, an aha moment. It's going to flash. You're gonna get something. Something's gonna come to you, and it's funny because the way it comes to you, it might even hit you as a surprise. It's an aha moment. It's gonna be like, oh my God, that's it. That's how I'm gonna do it. That's how I'm gonna do it. So whatever happens, whatever this is that comes to you like that, it's gonna bring something really, really wonderful. It's gonna bring a blessing of some sort, and it's gonna hit you in. I don't know when it's coming. It's percolating. It's kind of like my grandmother. I say that. My grandmother had, you know, the coffee maker that would make that noise, the percolator. That's what's going on. So it's kind of like it's already floating around in your head. You've already got it. You know when you know there's something there and you can't grab it back? I'm trying to think of something about that happened recently with me. But anyway, that's what's going to happen. So those are your messages. And now we're going to go to one final message for everybody else. Or for all of us, So we are now going to, you know what I want to do? See if I can do this. Okay, I'm going to light this sage again. Because I want to clear my own thoughts. I've been doing a lot of talking, right? And I haven't had any of my water. So I want to clear this energy. And I want to start fresh. Okay. I also want to clear my cards. I think that's what I want to do. I just want to start fresh right now. Okay. So for everybody, with no personal feelings involved, correct for neutrality on all levels. That's why I say that. I correct my own self so that I remain neutral, right? Correct for neutrality on all levels. What is the message that you would most like us all to know? The daddy long legs have been working really hard. I've got webs all through my house again. I just noticed them. You take one out and there's another one in. Wherever you see one daddy long legs, you see another. That's our messenger. That's our messenger. My daddy long legs. He's been working really hard. I'll put the message for that in our reading, in the notes, okay? So look at the notes, you guys. I don't know if all of you do that, but you should. Ooh, that was a really clear-cut answer. Oh my. Okay. This is interesting. So here we have Maria Masquerade. So there's a lot of messages that come forward with Maria Masquerade. This is talking about somebody that is looking for a friend. Somebody that is, they need a real friend. They don't want fair weather friends. This is talking about don't keep fair weather friends. This is talking about the friends you want are the friends that are there for you through thick and thin. This is about, there's a lot of messages about Maria Masquerade. She is liked by a lot of people. She's glamorous, she's beautiful, people want to be her, people wish they want to hang out with her. And that's fine if you're a decent friend, if you're a real person. But she wants to be loved for who she is, not for what she has. That's important to her. So if you want to be a friend to her because you actually really admire her and you like her and you really want to be a true friend, and it's not that you just want to look like, you want to look cool in front of your friends, or you want to be part of a group, or she can open up doors for you, or he, this could be a man too, right? Look beneath the mask and see the heart of this person. This is a decent person. This person just needs a friend. Be her friend. But also, don't copycat. You want to be original. She wants to be original, and she wants you to be original. Don't copycat. Another message, there's several messages that come into play with Marie Masquerade. Another message is that you're soon about to be invited in, to be involved in something that's quite intriguing. And the person that asks you is going to be very charming, and it's going to tempt you. Clearly, you're not going to be tempted if it's not something you want, right? So this is something that looks really good. And maybe it's because of who she is. And this is a different person now. The first scenario was the first. Now this is a different scenario. So maybe this person, well, this person's very beautiful. This person is famous. Everybody looks up to this person. And you're flattered because of this offer. But the truth is, you have to pay. There's a risk. You have to pay in order to have this, whatever this is. Whatever it is that is going to be required of you, something will be required. Are you going to be okay with what is required of you? Because there's a sacrifice that's going to be made. And right now, there's consequences to the sacrifices, a lot of them, and they're hidden from you. So Spirit is saying that, yes, we recognize that this is tempting to you. This could be a job. This could be somebody who wants to have an affair. This could be, I don't know, there's something that you want. But there's a price that's going to be too high for you to pay. Never compromise your morality. Never compromise your integrity. Never compromise the truth of who you are to get this. Whatever this is. If it's a job, the job could look really good on the surface, but I got from Spirit recently to pay really, really close attention to the details before you sign anything, because there's something that you're not going to see. This also, a third message. Somebody is gossiping about somebody that you admire. This person needs a friend. They don't want somebody that admires them. They want a friend, a true friend, because people are jealous of this person. They're envious of this person. They want what she has. They feel that she gets way more success than she should have. She doesn't deserve it. I do. So Spirit's message here is about, as what I said before, this is about you doing your own work, in your own way. Don't be a copycat. I freaking hate copycats. I've always hated that. my whole life. And my mom used to say to me, oh, copy is the highest form of flattery. No, it isn't. It's annoying. It's annoying. I want to be original. I want to be original. You need to be original. Spirit wants you to be original. Don't copy somebody. Do your own thing. I like that about that person. That's great. But you know what? You're not even being yourself. And so you're not, what you're doing is you're in a sense saying that what you have isn't good enough. You don't have the ability. Or you're just freaking lazy. Invent yourself. Spirit wants you to invent yourself. Don't be a copycat. You will never be like her. You will never be like her. You can't be. You can dress like her. You can adopt phrases like her. You can even try and do things the way she does it, but you'll never be her. You're you, and you have your own unique qualities. So Spirit says, do the work. Don't be so freaking lazy. You didn't get where she didn't get where she got by riding on the coattails of someone else, right? Do your own work. Don't. This is about all of us attaining to a higher level, right? This is about the people that do that. Those are the ones that come into the world thinking that everybody owes them a living, and they don't have an original bone in their body. But we all do. We all have the ability to do this. And you know what? Despite the fact that you're looking up to her and other people might be looking up to her or him, right? And you think this person's so amazing, they really don't, they're not really all about that. What they're about is they want a real friend. They want a true friend. They want someone that they can trust, someone that they can talk to. And I think that's why people pretend to be other people other than they are, is because they want to know, I didn't want you to be my friend because of who you saw who I was. If you knew who I was, there's so many people that want to hang out with me. There's so many people that, because of the way I look, or because of the money that I have, or the status, or, I hide myself. What was it, Howard Hughes? He lived like a freaking, hermit. He kept himself away. He didn't want anyone to know who he was. I don't want anybody to see who I am. If you knew who I was, it would change your perception of me, and I don't want that. I want you to like me as me. I want you to see, I need to know. I need to know that what you see in me, you like because you actually really do like me, not because of the way my body looks, or because of the way my hair is, or because of the fact that my dad is a multi-gazillionaire, or the fact that, you know what I mean? It's pretty clear. It's pretty clear, Spirit's message here. And it's telling you, you know what? Don't keep friends that are fair weather friends. Don't keep the ones that are there because, the ones that call you up because there's nobody else there and you can get them into the club because you can pull the strings. Oh, hey, do you want to go with us to wherever, blah, blah, blah? Let's go to Vegas and you can get us into the, whatever this is, because you can get in anywhere, right? But where are they at other times of your life? Are they around? No, because they only use you to get what they need. That's awful. So those are the messages. Don't attempt to network. I've always had a problem with that. It's like I've had people, I've told you, that have used the spiritual community. They've used the spiritual community and they've gotten to be friends with people so that they could extract money from them, so that they could sell their product. Right? Because now you trust them because they're in the spiritual community. Yeah, well, not everybody that is in the spiritual community is a spiritual person. Not everybody that's a reader is coming from the light. Right? Be careful of that. I've told you guys that before. Do they walk their walk and talk their talk? Watch them for a while and see. And if they do, then that's somebody you can trust, right? I know I'm getting my own messages, but you didn't have to go that long. All right, that's it. At 1 hour and 58 minutes, we're at a wrap. I'm not even going to go outside and show you any animal messengers. We're done. I will post the elephant's message. Love you guys.